Oh, well, hey, Ben, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, let's go ahead and get into Joseline's Cabaret reunion, part one of season 2. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. We open up the show with Miss Joseline, thinking she doing it on the floor, girl. Okay, you know every chance she gets, she gotta make sure that she performs her song. Okay, I think she performed "Do It Like It's My Birthday." Do it like a man. Okay, she had to perform that for us. All right. Later on, we see the ladies arrive. We see where Bosstec, Natural, as well as Blueface Barbie. They're all in the room together. And Barbie brings up the fact that she didn't like how they showed her in her fights. She says every time y'all showed me not throwing hands. Y'all showed me not getting no licks in or anything like that. And I don't like that. I don't appreciate that too much. And Natural looked at her like, girl, I'm not even gonna say that. Girl, I'm not even. Y'all carry on. I'm not even gonna participate in this mess, honey, because she knows she got Molly whopped and whooped and know she can't fight. But I'm not gonna do it. Go ahead. What else you said, girl? And then you hear where what else happened? Natural started to go off about the dynamics within the house and stuff, saying that she didn't really sign up to be a part of Joseline's Bad Girls Club. It was all about drama this, drama that, you know, nobody knew how to stick together and be sisters and stuff. So she talked about the drama in the house. So that sparked Miss Bosstec to speak on the fact that she feeling a way about Miss Chanel. She didn't like the fact that when she was going through her downfall of being drunk and stuff, how Chanel kind of went around and talked about her to somebody that was throwing Scooby snacks in her face. Okay, so it's like, okay, you a floppy ass girl and you over here talking about me to the ops. I don't appreciate that. I don't like it at all. So Natural disagrees with her and tells her that she didn't talk about you. Like, you not understand, you gotta look at the entire picture. She didn't talk about you. And Bosstec is like, yes, she did. And Natural's like, no, she didn't. So Bosstec stands up. And Bosstec, Natural said, girl, what you standing up for? She's like, I'm trying to explain to you. She said, but you got to explain to me standing up. She was like, I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm saying. She was like, so you got to stand up for me to hear you. Because when you do that, girl, I think it's something different. But okay, then go ahead with your little story. Okay. So, of course, Bosstec felt the way about Chanel talking about her after her being drunk and stuff. But Natural was saying, girl, you was drunk. She was trying to talk to you when y'all were on the shuttle bus, the van or whatever, and you got hella disrespectful. So what you want her to do? She wasn't really rocking with you like that. You know, so ultimately, if you ask the Bosstec, I'm sorry, not Bosstec, but if you ask the Natural is saying, Bosstec, you were the one that were in the wrong. You were the one that was rude, period. If y'all don't have a good friendship, you ruined that, not so much as Chanel, so you can't put that on her, okay? Now, y'all know Miss Natural acts like she's everybody's little big sister, okay? And that's that. So then, you know, Blueface Barbie pretty much agrees with Bosstec. And she just like, yeah, I agree because, you know, she had, when I got put out the house or whatever, she was sitting up there talking all that stuff about how she was glad that I was gone, but you was up there wearing my stuff, okay? And then Natural said, well, you was the one that was sitting up there talking about how you wanted to, you know, dress her or whatever. So that's your fault. And then Bosstec said, and she needed that. And then Natural said, see, that's what I'm talking about. See that right there, that little mouth that you got right there, girl. See, that's what I'm saying. So, of course, before it got too crazy, even though it was getting crazy because Natural was getting really loud with her and she was not standing down because she felt like people don't know how to stick together and stuff and whatever they expected out of their friendships. It wasn't, Joseline's Cabaret wasn't about that life. So one of the producers stepped in and said, hey, what are some things you guys are looking for? And of course, Natural says, I'm looking forward to being Yummy Peas. That's just that. He said, well, that can't happen. And she just like, yeah, I know. She laughed or whatever. Okay. So next thing you know, we see where Joseline pulls the ladies out because she wants to have a conversation with them. She's talking to them about, I guess she didn't like some of the comments that were made on social media. So she definitely felt a way about that. She happened to tell Sapphire that her baby daddy is dead and gone, and she needs to pretty much let him go and forget about him. And I feel like that was very insensitive. And I feel like it doesn't matter if he had just passed away recently or if he had passed away years ago. I just feel like it takes people, you know what I'm saying, time. Like when you lose somebody close to you, you probably may be good in 2 years, but not necessarily over the incident of what took place or that person's absence. So at the end of the day, I think that was so unfair for Joseline to say. I think that was very disrespectful. I think it was inconsiderate, and I feel like you should feel like a hypocrite at this point when you go onto Wendy's channel. And even though I felt like Joseline had a point, don't get me wrong, I just felt like you calling Wendy out for not supporting, you know, women, black women, and all this other stuff. You telling her she don't uplift people, but then you get these girls on your show And just because they say things that you don't like, you start to like go in on them and down talk them and make them feel less than what they are, and just be inconsiderate to what they're going through in that time. Okay, you just be very selfish. Okay, so yeah, I didn't appreciate that. So then of course Natural starts to go off on her R's, as she should have. She started to not really go off on Joseline, but she started to call out the fact that what Joseline said about Sapphire and Sapphire's, kids' dad or whatever, it was just out of line, and it was disrespectful. Sapphire was upset. She was crying, and she said, "Listen, my kids have a father, okay, or had a father. Your child has a baby. You have a baby daddy." Or whatever. And so she said, he hasn't even been buried yet. She's here trying to film this stuff with Joseline or whatever. And she'll get back to that, because the funeral wasn't happening no time soon. So she probably had already booked her flight, already had things secured for her to fly out. She probably was contractually obligated to be there. And she probably just wanted to make sure she showed up. Maybe she felt like that's something he would want her to do. And so she went forward to do it so that she could finish what she started. And it was what it was. So then, when it comes down to it, oh yeah, I also wanted to highlight, I just feel like Joseline be walking around like she Beyonce, like she thinks she better than everybody, and I just disagree with that. I mean, we love to see Joseline for the most part, but when Joseline gets on her rants and she gets crazy sometimes, and it seems like it comes from left field, that's when I just can't stand it. That's when I'd be like, okay, I want somebody to knock you down a few inches, Miss Joseline, because you think that you are higher than what you really are, okay? So that's that. What else is going on? All right. So the host ends up coming out. So I cannot remember the host that was wearing the yellow, very pretty lady. And I'm sorry, I can't remember her name, but I do know that Lunel, I hope I said her name right. She's a comedian. She ended up hosting. Why they needed two hosts, I'm not necessarily sure. I feel like the young lady that was in the yellow should have been the host, and Lunel should not have been there. Now, watching the first part of the reunion, I feel like Lunel she did not serve a purpose being there. What I also did not like is the fact that she didn't even see the show at all. And she's sitting up there having commentary about these ladies having things to say, and you're supposed to be hosting a reunion, and you haven't even seen a single episode. You don't even know who it is. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't a fan of that at all. What else happened? When it comes down to how people look, I actually loved Aqua's hair. I love the bangs. I love some bangs. I love the bangs. I love the bun on top. Super cute. Liked the hair. Whose makeup looked good? I don't even know who had. I feel like Bosstec makeup didn't look that bad, but it looked plain a little bit. It was pretty, more so natural to her face. Who had, I feel the same. I think a Big Lex had nice makeup, and probably Lucky. When it came down to dressing, what they had on, I think I may have liked what Lucky had on, and maybe what Natural wore. Right. It seems like with Miss what's her name, Lexi Blow, I feel like the outfit she wore, I feel like we saw that earlier on in the season or in a confessional or something. So it wasn't new to us at all. Who I did not like the blue jean outfit that Aqua walked out in. I didn't understand that. I think when they do the next reunion, I understand they got the raunchiness to it. I understand these ladies were strippers or whatever industry they worked in. Okay. I just feel like Joseline should have them step up their game when it comes to how they're dressing, okay, for the reunion. I feel like it should be stepped up a little notch. Those are my thoughts on that. What's another thing that I wanted to say? I think that was really it as far as the hair. Oh, I hated Chanel's hair. Hated her hair. Did not like it at all. I was like, Chanel, what is this, mamas? What you got us going through over here, girl? Yeah, so the hosts come out and stuff. Joseline, they call Joseline out. She comes out. She's all dramatic, doing the most as far as having people bring her out, the guys, and they sit her down on. So they was carrying her in. She did this walk and started doing the most. Loved her hair. Her outfit was okay. I loved Joseline's hair. Her makeup was very pretty. I said, come on. I mean, whoever does Joseline's makeup and hair, always doing a great job on her. So I'll definitely give them that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into some things. All right. Soon as she come out, you can see everybody sitting over there with Lexi Blow having a girl by her face. All the other girls that went over, that America primarily wasn't really featuring, they were over there like just happy, just glad to be there, really like, you know what I'm saying? They probably was trying to make sure they maintained and monitor their behavior so they can make sure that they make it onto season 3 or something. No, ma'am. So let's go ahead and move on. She called that entire couch over there by Lexi Blow the mad couch because nobody was excited for real. And Lucky was just like, girl, I said you look cute. I thought you looked beautiful. So I don't understand what the energy towards me is about. Okay. When Joseline came out, Lunel said, oh, I almost wore that outfit, making a joke. She was like, Joseline said, well, we got the same color on. So Big Lex says, yeah, and y'all got the same sequence. It didn't matter what Big Lex said. Joseline was already on 10. So she tells her, do you want to leave? Do you want to get out? I guess she thought she was trying to be funny. And maybe she was. I didn't think that she was initially. But maybe Joseline did. That's why she was like, girl, do you want to leave? You want to get out? So they had their issue. Sapphire corrects Joseline and says, girl, who you calling hoes or whatever like that? Girl, over here, we're ladies. So who you talking about, sis? Because you ain't talking about who you talking about. Okay. Joseline tells her that she shouldn't even be there because she got a family emergency. And then Sapphire tells her, well, girl, I'm here. And Joseline's like, why are you here? She said, I'm here because I'm solid and I stay loyal. And I do, if I start something, I'm gonna finish it. So that's what I'm about. So that's period. Okay. Joseline started going off on the girls about talking about her online and stuff. She just started going off. She didn't like that. But I feel like, for me, it's a little bit of karma because you did the same thing to Mona Scott Young, didn't you? Then you go online and start dragging Mona and start talking about Mona, this and that. And then you also said that you were going to have a better show than Mona because you were going to do something different with your girls and all this other stuff. And you really ain't doing no better than Mona. For real. And now you're seeing how it feels when you put people on and then they start to go off on you because they don't like some of your ways. Okay. That karma. See, when you do clown stuff, that clown comes back to bite. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. So when Joseline doing all that talking, Sapphire laughing at her and she's like, girl, what you laughing at? It ain't funny. And Sapphire said, girl, it is funny. It is funny because I'm trying to figure out where all this came from. And Joseline tells her, girl, you can go on out the door and laugh if you want to. You ain't got to laugh in here. You can laugh outside because you ain't finna laugh in my face. Girl, holler. Joseline said, you can laugh, but don't laugh in my face, honey. Too tickle, okay? Lunel starts calling everybody strippers, hoes, and prostitutes. And see, that right there pissed me off again because I'm just like, granted, some of it may be true, but I just feel like she tried to act like she was going to get him a compliment, but it really wasn't a compliment. It was like maybe a backhanded compliment because it went back around and surfaced about Joseline and how they pretty much should be grateful. You know what I'm saying? For being a part of her platform. And that may be true, but it was just something about it for me with Lunel. I just feel like, girl, you don't even know the names of these ladies. You don't know their background. You don't know nothing. You ain't even watched the show. You got booked for a job. You so happy to have gotten booked for the job, so much so that you was just going to ride Joseline's back instead of being like a fair host overall. But girl, bye. I don't even know. I'm like, Joseline, why the fuck did you have two hosts? What was that even about? That's stupid. But let's move on. All right, they play the whole season. They run the season back, not the whole season, but they play clips throughout the season. The host asks if they've seen any changes since they've been on the show. Of course, everybody says yes, but Big Lex got to be the loudest, okay? She goes on to let them know, like, yeah, we have, but everything that we've done, like everybody has went up a level, but everything that we have done has been for the betterment and the building of Miss Joseline Hernandez. And then Lunel says, well, it is her show. True. Okay. But Big Lex just feels like, don't be trying to talk down on us as if we some lame ass chicks because, and if, we ain't nothing or nobody, because to be honest, had we not done some of the things that we did and kept this show lit from every single episode, then would nobody even be talking about Joseline's Cabaret? Like, you couldn't get us to watch the show. Basically, you couldn't get the people to watch the show on their own just because you're Joseline. Obviously, the ladies had to bring something to the show in order for them, you know what I'm saying, for people to be tuned in. So I feel like it was twofold. I feel like Joseline had a point, and I feel like Big Lex also had a point. Joseline may feel like I gave y'all this platform, though, at the end of the day. Had I not even came up with the idea and did something with season 1, there wouldn't even be a season 2. Hello? So I understood where Joseline was coming from, but I also feel Big Lex where they brought the entertainment for sure, because we wasn't just going to watch it alone for Joseline. I wasn't. Okay, so bringing in these other ladies, and like that whole comment that Big Lex made about double homicide, girl, that had everybody tuned in. Like, what? This is crazy. From the clips that they dropped, yes, it made people want to tune in. Okay, and speaking of double homicide, Joseline called her out. She said, you sat up there and talked about Aqua and called it double homicide, or her child, but let's talk about your child. Why you ain't even got your own child? Where your child at? And then I heard Big Lex say something like, everybody want to be so concerned about what's said my coup d'etat. Everybody want to be so concerned about what came out my coup d'etat. Coup d'etat. You're right. They are now. They are now, because you did have a lot to say about Aqua and the whole double homicide situation. And then you told this woman that her coup d'etat don't even work. That's what you said. So now that we know that your coup d'etat does work, tell us where your child is, okay? Since you want to sit up there and talk, but we didn't even know, you ain't mentioned it or nothing. A lot of people have been vocal about the fact that they have kids. Like Sapphire said that she had a child. Lexi Blow said she had a child. Natural said the same thing. Okay, so quite a few people have been open about them having a child, even for Aqua, and I was not a fan of hers at all on this show, but even for her to be honest and open about the fact that she did have abortions or whatever, like she was even honest about that, but you ain't even telling nobody that you had a kid or anything. Oh, okay then, girl. So get dragged accordingly. So Natural speaks up in support of Big Lex because she felt like Joseline was wrong and she was chastising her and stuff like that. Joseline calls her a liar, and then Natural tells her, girl, I'm more really than you. Period. I said, come on, Natural. Natural was on Miss Joseline's head. Hear me clearly. She was on her head. I was here for it. What else happened? Joseline said that she's on pills, you're on pills. And then Natural admitted it. She was like, yeah, I am on pills. You need to be on some too. Now, I don't know what kind of pills them is, but I'm just saying what Miss Joseline said and what Miss Natural confirmed, okay? Joseline says that Natural said something like, oh, you ain't even got to bring me back to season 3. I'm done. And then Joseline said, you was never coming back to season 3. You a person that take pills. You can't even be affiliated with me or something like that. And I'm like, Joseline, so you gonna sit up here and act like we don't have a whole video of you in the studio talking about putting something in your coup d'etat and whatever, and speaking and rapping about some crack or something and looking like you're on crack and admitting to the fact that you also did crack. So you want to sit up here and throw this in this lady face as if you ain't got the same past? That be the gag for me when it comes to Joseline. She always wants to take the role of trying to motivate and trying to help people. You know, I think sometimes Joseline does have a good heart about wanting to build women up, but then sometimes she just, you know, forget all about that and she kind of resorts back, you know, to old Joseline just a little bit. And I don't like that. Like, girl, you had some of these same struggles, some of these same issues. Okay, you probably was a porn star too. We don't know. Okay, so that's that. I didn't really like that. Miss Natural was handling Joseline so much going in on her that Joseline had to get up and leave, honey. Joseline got up and left and said, listen, y'all need to get her off the stage. If she continues to be on the stage, I'm not going to do this reunion. So I don't know what to tell y'all, but y'all going to have to get this woman up off this stage, okay? Miss Natural still hollering, still going off. But, of course, Ballistic was like, just give her a few minutes to be off the stage. Joseline wanted her removed from the whole show and just go. Okay, but of course, when it comes to Ballistic, I appreciate his approach. Give her a second and then we'll bring her back. And it looks like they are going to do just that. They are going to bring her back. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next reunion is going to give us. Hopefully it gives us more than what episode 1 part 1 has given us of the antics of Miss Joseline going crazy and going off and stuff. I do feel like Miss Joseline has met her match in Natural for sure. Another thing, Miss Natural is so honest, open, and real, in my opinion, that I feel like she is definitely the breakout star of season 2. So much so that I hope she continues to play her cards right, in hopes that she's able to probably get on a larger platform. I don't know, maybe a Love and Hip Hop, or maybe even make another appearance on season 3 in some capacity of Joseline's Cabaret. I want to see Miss Natural again, because I also want to see Miss Natural, you know, excel and get to a level where she may have her own reality show or she's doing something else, you know. So I'm looking forward to that. She also said that she's no longer sucking DICK anymore. She's not doing that. And Joseline made sure to say, yes, thanks to Joseline's Cabaret. Okay. Now, I want to believe that that is indeed true. You know, maybe Joseline has helped with that. I do feel like Joseline may not invite Natural back to season 3 only because she got into that fight with those girls from season 1. And I don't think that so they didn't come back to season 2, but I feel like I probably heard rumors about some of the girls from season 1 coming back to be a part of season 3. I don't know. We shall see. That will be an entire mess. But like I said, I think Miss Natural is the breakout star of Joseline's Cabaret, and I definitely want to be able to see more of her. But that's all that I have have. I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe. Okay, share my videos. Let me know how you felt about this episode, this reunion part 1 of Joseline's Cabaret. Do you feel like this season was better than the last season? Let me know your thoughts. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.